Cycling is a great way to stay active and healthy, reduce your ecological footprint, and save money on transportation. But what about during the winter? Following this winter cycling safety guide, you will see that staying comfortable and safe while riding through the winter season is easy and a great way to keep active all year long. Studies have found that the primary risk factors of winter cyclists include cold temperatures, precipitation including rain, snow, and ice, wind speed, and shorter daylight hours.
But don't worry, you will have a safe and comfortable ride if you follow these tips. Tip number 1, dress warmly. You don't need special winter cycling gear, but you will want to dress for the cold weather. Paying particular attention to keep your head, face, hands, and feet warm and dry. In very cold conditions, wearing goggles and snow pants, as you would to go skiing or snowboarding, can improve your safety and comfort. Wearing brighter colors and reflective clothing will also make you more visible to other road users. Speaking of visibility, tip number 2, have proper bike equipment. With shorter daylight hours, you will want to make sure that your bike is equipped with front and rear lights and reflectors. A mountain or cross bike is recommended, however your summer bike with higher traction or studded tires will also work just fine. You will also need to wipe down and maintain your bike more regularly to protect against road salt and rust. Tip number 3 is to avoid steep inclines and narrow roads. As a result of precipitation, road surface conditions may be too slippery to safely climb and descend hilly areas, while snow-banked narrow roads may not permit enough room for vehicles to safely pass and share the road. Understand that this might make your route take a bit longer and plan accordingly. Lastly, tip number 4 is to exercise greater precaution around drivers and in adverse conditions. It takes drivers longer to stop in winter conditions, and they may not be expecting cyclists. If the weather is particularly bad or your trip is a long one, it may be a good idea to leave the bike at home and opt to walk or take public transit instead. It is also not solely up to the cyclist to ensure that winter cycling is a safe activity. Drivers and policymakers have to play their part too. Drivers need to be mindful of cyclists and continue to share the road through all seasons. Where possible, they should provide more space than legally required when following or passing. Planners and policymakers need to prioritize winter cycling networks along existing cycling facilities and plan for their maintenance. In winter cities, 20 to 25% of cyclists continue to cycle year-round, but many are forced to change their routes to major arterial or collector roads due to unpredictable and unsafe surface conditions. Improvements to the surface maintenance of bicycle facilities and local roads should be prioritized. Such improvements could lead to a further 12 to 24% retention of cyclists through the winter season. Montreal is an example of a city that has prioritized winter cycling by maintaining more than half of its existing cycling network through the winter season, and has seen winter cyclist retention more than double since 2009. Following this guide will ensure a safe and comfortable cycling experience this winter season.